folks, it's Roy from Geeks Adventures. Woohoo! Right now broadcasting from, well, actually not really broadcasting, recording from a basement in the Clintonville section of Columbus, Ohio. So hey, Halloween approaches, so guess what? Halloween movie time! Woo! Trying to avoid the obvious suspects, stuff like, these are all great, no question, but, John Carpenter's The Thing. If you want to try and take a different slant on the genre, stuff like Jaws, or Silence of the Lambs, or something with a sci-fi kick like Event Horizon, and of course, the classic, the one that, you watch and then, 3 days later you're going, did you go to sleep yet? Nope. Did you go to sleep yet? Nope. That kind of happened to me the first time I saw this film, when I saw it in Syracuse University, sophomore year. Midnight showing. Big mistake watching The Exorcist for the first time at midnight. Oops. So, just picked a couple films from my collection that just kind of some off-the-wall stuff that I thought would be fun. For example, these first two, Grave Encounters and 1408. And you're wondering, well, so why? These are both films that are on the protagonists. They don't believe in any of this stuff. Case in point, 1408, John Cusack. He plays a debunker. His job is, to go into haunted houses, yada, 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 and go, no, squeaky pipes. No, that is a draft, you jackass. And what happens is, he kind of gets a challenge. Room 1408 in a hotel run by Samuel L. Jackson. And John Cusack gets the whole story of all the things that happened, all the people died, wah, 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 and of course goes, oh, hell no, I'm staying in this room, mofo. And learns real fast what goes wrong. This is based on a Stephen King story, and like King stories, there's also a lot more underneath that. John Cusack's character lost a child and trying to come to terms with that and everything else. So all builds up together in a really nice, really creepy package, which is very cool. Grave Encounters. Okay, a little bit of bad news. This is a shaky cam mockumentary film. Okay, let me explain. Okay, so the premise is bunch of people are filming, one of those ghost hunter-ish kind of shows. And of course, in the beginning, the producer shows up and goes, we've been getting these films for a long time until we got the last one. This is the unedited footage. The unedited footage it starts off really fun because there are a bunch of guys just filming this stuff. They don't believe any of this crap. The psychic they have is an actor who as they're filming is going, I gotta get back to Houston to film some stuff. We're gonna be done with this, right? And they're checking out this giant haunted sanitarium, blah, 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 blah. So of course, 24 hours, they must stay in there. And in typical horror movie fashion, little things start. And they escalate, and everything goes wrong. Lots of creepy stuff. Yeah, you get some generic jump scares. You get some legit stuff going on. You will never look at a bathtub the same way again. Lots of creepy fun. Next one. Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp. Woo! The funny thing is, in a lot of ways, this is a detective story. This is based upon the Headless Horseman legend. And what happens, though, is Ichabod Crane, he is a detective out of New York City. He is a rationalist. He's trying to be Sherlock Holmes, except that he's smart. Not quite as badass as Sherlock. Sorry, dude. And he gets called up to upstate New York to see what the deal is with all these people getting their heads cut off. The film is a lot of fun. He plays the fish out of water perfectly. The joy of it is, though, is that he's not a buffoon. He is smart. And as the story develops and he realizes, oh my God, this thing's real, he also realizes that, no, this is a detective case. What is going on? And it's a lot of fun to watch him solve the crime. It's really cool. Next one. Actually, a little warning. Devil. The story is written by M. Night Shyamalan. Breathe. It's okay. The cool thing is that it's not directed by him, so not quite the same level of typical things you expect from M. Night. Very Twilight Zone premise. What happens when a bunch of strangers are trapped in an elevator and Satan starts to screw with everybody? One by one, everyone is killed. And in the meantime, what's happening is in the outside, a police detective and an army of firefighters and cops are trying to get into the elevator and rescue them. Now, what makes this really interesting is the fact that the cop and everyone else realizes real fast, this ain't right. What the hell? The other thing is the officer, who is the main one trying to kind of get everyone rescued, has a crisis of faith of his own, trying to deal with loss, trying to come to terms with a whole lot of serious crap. And everything comes together really, really, really well at the end. A couple jump scares. It's a horror movie. You got jump scares, but lots of cool fun. Yeah! Next one. Really, really creepy as heck. The Descent. What happens when a whole bunch of best friends, BFFs, trying to help a friend of theirs deal with the fact that husband and son got killed, yada, yada, yada. They're all adventure types, so they decide to go caving in the middle of, I think, Tennessee in the U.S. Sounds like it should be a fun little jaunt, you know? I mean, it's made for a comedy like, you know, The Hangover or something like that. What happens when they go caving into a cave that's never been officially documented? What happens when they're trapped in the cave because of a cave-in? What happens when there's something else living in the cave? No, let me rephrase that. A lot of something else. If you're not claustrophobic, I'm not. There are some moments when they're caving when I freaked out. A movie is... give a fair warning. It does get a little gory. It's not Saw level gory, but they're basically being hunted by a colony of subterranean demons from hell that will make Smeagol freak out. The movie is frightening. The movie is violent. A movie breaks your heart in a number of ways as they are trying to escape and find a way out. It is really cool and badass as all hell. There are two endings. This was originally filmed in Europe. There's a European and an American ending. How much it matters in the end? In the end, though, seriously, this movie is badass as all hell. And you'll never look at caving gear and one of those caving axes the same way again. Next! Animated! I did a review of this recently, but Justice League Dark. Hey, it's Halloween, it's horror time. So why not? And I mean, okay. This is animated, a Warner Brothers animated film. So it's not as horror is a lot of stuff, but all things considered, it is pretty creepy. And besides, it's got Constantine in it. So hey, it's cool. Check out my review a couple weeks ago. Actually, no, more like a month ago. But it is a lot of fun. Yes, Batman is in here. Marketing purposes. And also, if you want to have a skeptic, he's the ultimate skeptic. But seriously, a lot of fun. If you want to see something that's creepy, that's not going to make you, stay up at night for the next 87 hours, cool stuff. And last thing, something fun, something goofy. Freddy versus Jason. Yes, I like the movie. Look, it works. It sounds dumb, but it actually works. They're actually able to mix the two characters together. It actually does make sense. The kids from Crystal Lake. What happens is that Freddy, he wants to come back. He needs to, he needs the dreams of people to keep him going. So what happens? What's the ultimate nightmare to give him the power to come back? Jason. And what you get is some of the ultimate, yeah, it's all fan stuff. Seeing Jason and Freddy fight, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's as horror movie as it's not Die Hard freak out horror, but it is a joy to watch. So there you go, a couple off the wall horror movies to keep you occupied on Halloween. So hey, y'all have a good rest of the week. May the force be with you. May the odds be in your favor, especially if you're caught in a spooky, creepy house and all of a sudden you realize, what's that noise? Because I am alone in here. Ah! Hey, as always, be good to each other, right? Peace, peeps. Later!